This video demonstrates how you can use Microsoft BizTalk Server 2010 for integration with services and the Application Integration Framework, or AIF. BizTalk Server is a middleware product from Microsoft that is used to translate data from one format to another, match protocols and transports, and perform other processing tasks that might be necessary to make communications happen between various systems. BizTalk Server represents an important integration scenario for Microsoft Dynamics AX because in large-scale integrations, BizTalk Server becomes a principal communications hub. Dynamics AX 2009 included a proprietary BizTalk adapter. While this adapter simplified some aspects of integration with AIF, it was not standards-based, and it introduced an unnecessary component. In favoring standards-based integration, Dynamics AX 2012 no longer includes the BizTalk adapter. From the Dynamics AX perspective, BizTalk is just another client application. Like other clients, BizTalk Server exchanges documents with AIF either asynchronously through the file system adapter or message queuing, or synchronously through standard web services. In this video, I'll demonstrate an asynchronous scenario that uses the file system adapter. In this scenario, an external system has created a sales order by using a different XML format than the Dynamics AX 2012 sales order service expects to receive. Currently, the sales order is saved to a file system directory, one which BizTalk Server is monitoring by using a background process. BizTalk notices that the document has arrived, retrieves the document, and then applies a mapping process that translates values from the source schema to the destination schema, which is the Dynamics AX sales order service schema. BizTalk Server then wraps the sales order by using the AIF message schema. This envelope schema is the standard schema that is used for asynchronous communications with AIF. For synchronous communications, AIF uses the standard SOAP envelope schema. BizTalk saves the completed message to a different folder, one that AIF is monitoring through a batch job, to await sales orders. An inbound integration port in Dynamics AX retrieves the sales order message, removes the envelope, validates that it's a sales order creation request, processes the sales order, and then generates a response message to be sent to the original requester. AIF then wraps the response message by using the same type of message envelope that was used for the request and then delivers the message to an output folder where BizTalk Server is awaiting responses. BizTalk Server retrieves the response, removes the envelope, and then saves the response message to the folder where the original requester can retrieve the response. Here on the Windows desktop, you can see 4 folders. These are the same 4 folders that I showed in the PowerPoint slide. This is the folder where BizTalk Server will receive the original sales order request. This is the folder where AIF will receive, through its inbound integration port, the sales order that has been transformed into the schema that's required for the sales order service. This is the folder where AIF will save the response message, and this is the folder where BizTalk Server will save the final response XML for the original requester. You can see that this folder is empty. There are no responses waiting. I'll also show you that in Dynamics AX, there are currently no sales orders in the system. Let's have a look at the original sales order request. This is a very simple schema for demonstration purposes. You can see that the header contains a little bit of required information about the sales order itself, as well as a message ID that's in the form of a GUID. GUIDs are the required format for message IDs in AIF, and the message ID is particularly important in asynchronous scenarios because you'll need to use the message ID to match responses to their original requests. Here in the body, you can see that we're ordering item number 10003, and we're ordering 10 pieces of that item. Let's go ahead and start the process. I'll place the sales order in the folder, and you'll see that BizTalk Server picks it up immediately. That's going to take a few moments to process. While that's processing, I'll show you the BizTalk Server project in Visual Studio. Specifically, I want to show you the BizTalk Mapper. This is a graphical user interface that creates the transformation that's used to transform the data from the original sales order schema into the schema that's required for the sales order service in Dynamics AX. On the left, you can see the elements of the original sales order, and you can see that they're arranged in a tree view instead of in XML. It's a very convenient way to look at it. And on the right, you can see the sales order service schema from Dynamics AX. This is a simplified version of the schema that I exported from the inbound integration port by using the data policies form. This form of the schema only contains required fields and not every field that's available to the sales order schema. You can see in the mapper that the mapping is created graphically. This is simply a drag and drop operation to map source elements to destination elements. This transformation, along with the list of required schemas, are the main elements of the BizTalk server project. You can see the XSDs listed here in Solution Explorer. It's worth noting here that there's no orchestration being used in BizTalk server. All of the work actually happens in the standard BizTalk server pipelines, which are configured in the administration console. The BizTalk server administration console enables you to define ports, and in each port you can configure the pipelines. Here you can see that the envelope schema is defined for this send port as the AIF message envelope. Let's have a look at the AIF port configuration. Here I've created an inbound enhanced integration port named BT Demo. It uses the file system adapter. I've provided the path to the folder on the Windows desktop for inbound messages. I've also checked the response address checkbox so that I can provide responses from this port using the file system adapter and using the folder that I've specified on the desktop as the AIF outbound folder. Okay, let's check the outbound folder and see if our sales order has appeared yet. And there it is. We can look at the XML. We can see that a sales order was created with ID 19. And if we go back to Dynamics AX and refresh the sales order form, you can see that sales order 19 indeed was created in the system.